So
Did you hit live? You did hit live.
I did hit
I'll
live.
share this. I'll share this for us.
Okay. Yeah, I had some people join earlier, and hopefully they could actually hear me because I kind of rambled for a while, and then someone was like, "I can't hear you."
I gotta figure out how. I don't remember how to spell your name. Oh no.
Jai.
Okay.
And then it's C and then Porter. Porter. Can you hear me now, Karma?
Oh, good grief! I'm gonna have to look it up. Oh, Jai.
Yeah. Sorry.
And C is a separate word, and then this one, important. Okay.
Oh, good.
So
You
I can
can
share
hear
it.
me.
So maybe get a few extra people. There's no guarantees.
Oh gosh, I am so rusty at just talking to other adults that
What? What? It's so easy. You just talk. Last time we talked about last time I was on one of these, we talked about cocaine and safe words. So we can talk about whatever.
Oh, okay, that's awesome.
Karma.
Yeah, I
recognize these people.
Cool. Rambled for like half an hour about how I used to like love to talk on this radio station that I had in university, and
okay.
I don't even know where I was going. I just kind of started rambling about how Substack basically is just such a cool place because I'm not used to having people around. I just have been pretty isolated for a while, and it's just been so wonderful to watch people just living their lives like not curated, not weird Instagram, not, you know.
You mean you don't find the Substack people weird? I think Substack people are very weird.
Oh, I love the weird though. Like,
okay.
I find it weird in a good way, I guess. Maybe there's a different word for that I probably am not thinking of, but I find Substack people to be weird. But I do agree there are quite a few bits of curated communities. I don't know. Do you feel like you stay to a certain kind of genre? Like, are you mostly talking to authors and creatives these days?
What do you mean? I guess I don't know what you mean. Like, as far as people I talk to in lives?
Yeah, or just interact with, I guess I should say. Like,
interact with. I generally interact with the people who interact with me. Especially more recently, I've just stopped going out and interacting with random people after a few bad experiences. But like the people who interact with me are mostly, just because of what I write, the people who interact with me are mostly going to be creatives. Although I do get some professionals and stuff like that just because of my interest in psychology, let's say.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of them are creatives or people I met through creatives.
Yeah,
how about you?
It's so interesting because like I found you through Dana Dubois, who does the daily whatever show, and then So was on, and then she did the karaoke with you, and then I kind of fell into that. So at the beginning, I mostly it was mostly political stuff. Like I'm pretty deep in that world as well, as you probably see from stuff that I do. But more is like a fangirl.
I try to stay out of that world.
Yeah, and a lot of people do, and I used to. I really did for a long time, and then I just got too pissed off. I started my original Twitter account as an author account, like a million years ago, because I did and I don't even know, this could be something that people don't know about, but NaNoWriMo, do you know what that is?
No, I am incredibly sheltered and disconnected from the world.
So it's no longer a thing, and the organization apparently took a really bad turn or got bought by someone or something. I never followed the politics.
Isn't that
but
how it always goes though? Isn't that the natural life cycle of
yeah,
organizations?
absolutely. It was basically like an organization that put on a national novel writing month, which was NaNoWriMo, in November. And so the idea of it was that you were supposed to write 50,000 words, whether that was one story or whether that was whatever,
In 1 month?
In 1 month.
I haven't written that much in my entire life.
Yeah. Well, it was the first year that I discovered it. The reason I started a Twitter account is because they would run these like prompt, like someone would get on their account and they would do like an hour or two of like prompts of either creative prompts or just like encouraging to get it done. And I actually ended up with a 90,000 word novel from it. Not that I made the 50,000 in the month. But yes, hi everybody. Yeah, Karma, it's hard. It's not like you really have to focus and be in the right mindset. So I think that was 2013. So I had completed that and I kept writing after that, and just kept the Twitter account, and things progressed. I didn't leave Twitter, but I like shadow left Twitter. Like it's still in my account there. Like probably mostly followed by bots. Whatever.
Do you cross post your Substack to it?
I need to start going to Twitter. I cross post on Blue Sky a lot because that's where I have like the most engagement right now, which is laughable because some people are like, haha, I don't even have a big account. I've got 30,000 followers or whatever. And I think I have like 600. But to me, that's a pretty big thing. And yeah, focus is the issue there. That's why I'm kind of explaining it this way. Kind of go down this weird road. By the time I got to Blue Sky, I just kind of did a bunch of, and I'm sorry, like I swear, so I hope that's okay. But like I was just like,
my virgin ears are suffering.
Like fuck it, I don't really care, and I just started posting political stuff. I was mad, I was frustrated. I'm technically an expat, even though like I basically haven't been to the States in over 20 years, and so I have
reverse lives.
Yeah. Pardon?
I came to the States 20 years ago, and you left the States 20 years ago.
Yeah, where did you come from?
We lived mirrored existences.
Yes. So I don't know, like I feel invested there, but I kind of hate it in a lot of ways. So immigrating to Canada and being both and doing all of that set off a lot of things for me a few years ago, and then Trump got in office and COVID happened and all that stuff.
Do you find that why do you think you continue to be invested in the place you no longer live?
I think I have a lot of family there. I think that I grew up in the system. So
I was born in Poland, to answer the chat's question.
Oh,
I moved here when I was very young. I moved to the States.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to answer the question.
No, it's okay. So you don't find that you really have many ties or like interests in what's going on there, or?
I don't think I pay attention to it as heavily enough to be invested in it, like emotionally. Like if something was to happen, something terrible, like let's say Poland and Ukraine swapped places, I'd obviously be a little bit disturbed by that.
Absolutely.
Just because I do have a connection to the place, but I don't pay attention to like Polish politics.
Sure.
In any major way. Yeah. I'm aware of Duda being the president or the prime minister. Not really the president. Oops. Of Poland. I'm aware of stuff like that, but I don't know much. Like I couldn't tell you like which of the parties is the majority in parliament or anything like that.
And I think like people coming from the States, I think just at this point in history have a like it's kind of in your face everywhere. It's kind of hard not, at least here in Canada, like it's hard not to follow what's going on like
So I got vodka
scale,
in my drinking thing here.
Yeah.
That's about this. Just so if I get a little loopy later, you know what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Chrissy, that's a really good point too. The age you moved probably makes a difference. And yeah,
I had just turned 7 when I moved.
Yeah, and I was like an adult when I came. I think I'm quite a bit older than you. But
I won't ask your age. That's okay.
I'm younger than so, but I'm almost there.
I'm getting so
my
just
my daughter's so like I'm 46. I'm not really
okay.
shy about that.
Oh, you're the same, almost the same age as Elias.
Yeah.
You hear that, Elias?
Yeah. Like the karaoke Elias.
Yeah, the crazy one. The crazy one who lives in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And cats.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're 46 too. Yeah.
Well, I thought you was 47.
It's such an interesting age.
Why is that?
Like my daughter is turning 19 soon. So I think that also that's a big part of my choices to be more political sometimes is just well, first of all the activities and everything that she used to do is no longer on my plate, so I have a lot more time to pay attention to other stuff. But also I think it's like putting a child into the world and seeing what kind of world is out there. I can't do much on the ground for what's going on in the States, but I feel like if I pay attention and try not to be ragey and like outraged and just because sometimes, and I know that I feed this animal too, sometimes I'm just like kind of saying whatever else
every time you comment on one of my things, it's always full of rage.
Yeah.
You're like my rage follower. I rely on you to feed me some of that. I need some passion in my life like that.
Honestly, you know what it is? It's like I'm at this weird crossroads, right? Everything in my life has changed and is a transition right now because of, being done with raising kids. I also had other circumstances in which I could kind of let go of some things that were kind of holding me back in my life. And when I grew up in the States, I did not understand fully the American exceptionalism that was baked into everything that brought me up. Even though my parents weren't terribly patriotic, I mean, I would say they were mid. Like they didn't really, they were, I don't know, I would probably classify them as more as libertarians. I don't know. Someday I will talk about all of this, but it just kind of the idea that you're better than everyone without feeling like you're better than everyone, which is entirely a dichotomy. Like it's so far from where I normally sit in life, as far as my own worth and everything. And after being in Canada for a little while, I was able to really see, or maybe just have that kind of blindfold taken off. A lot of people, I think, right now are having that go on. So that's kind of, I don't know, I feel passionate about a lot of that.
Is there a difference, do you think, between exceptionalism on a personal I'm better than other people, and exceptionalism as in somebody believes they're in a more nationalistic way?
Yeah. No, that's a great question. I think, like, to me,
because when you speak about American exceptionalism, which one is it? Because
I think that it's national. It's the national exceptionalism. It's like the idea that you're always like that America is always helping because they're trying to get everybody else up to their standards. They're going into other countries or whatever that has to do with it. And I mean, obviously I could talk for hours about what's going on currently. I just mean like entirely, like in my lifetime.
I'd like to stay out of the specific current events and just talk more theoretical.
Absolutely. Like basically the way that I see it with this much distance now is just this kind of idea that the Western way of doing things is the best way of doing things in all situations, no matter what. Like, I think that when you kind of grow up in those systems, you genuinely think that you're helping, or not personally, but like that the country is helping by doing these things.
Do you think people who grew up in objectively terrible situations, like in China under Mao Zedong or in Germany under Hitler, do you think they thought theirs was the best too? Is it always fed that the one you grow up into?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, like I haven't really given them a whole lot of thought, but it's a really good point.
I don't know that you can selectively apply that to just like why is it okay? Western democracies have this problem. Well, then why wouldn't every situation have this problem? Unless you think democracy itself is the cause of that problem.
Honestly, I don't want to go too far down a rabbit hole, but I think patriarchy is the root to all the problems.
But then you should see it everywhere, right?
Yes.
Because patriarchy is just now subsiding into a more balance, a better balance, and you're seeing it across Europe and across Western, and you're even seeing it in American politics and greater representation of females in non-presidential roles. But there's no reason for us to look at that and think that's a cause that only affects Western democracies, right?
Yeah.
I'm hoping for more insight on your part.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that what's going on right now really has to do with a lot of intersection. I mean, we're kind of at this weird, like, we're at this place. You know, I watched this documentary on what happened to the Mayan people. And for some reason, it always comes to mind when I think about this stuff, because
because you think we're all going to disappear into the jungle?
Well, it poses the question to me, like, what happens when a civilization like gets to this point, like where we are now, where democracy may no longer be in what we define it as now. Like, it may no longer be what is needed in the world, like, or it may never have been what was needed in the world. I don't really know. I mean, it's really hard. I go too many places at the same time. So, I mean,
doesn't human nature dictate what we select as a government and economic systems?
Yeah, well, I also like I think that that's like spot on. But I also think that we are creatures of comfort, and I think that sometimes we don't give up a system when we should, because it's hard and it's a lot. So, like, you know, we've known that there is a class system for a while, that there is a billionaire, or I guess millionaire for a long time, class, and that's hurt people. But like we haven't. Yeah.
You need help opening the door, little man? Hi, come here. John. You woke up and I wasn't there? You want to come sit with Daddy for a minute? Come sit with Daddy. Come sit with Daddy. Say, hi, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to sit with Daddy for a minute? Say, I woke up a little early for a minute.
If you need to go too, that's totally fine.
No, I'm good.
It's a good conversation, though. So interesting. And Carmen says, like, I don't think we've ever been a democracy. I think that there's a lot of oppression that we've chosen. And when I say we, I just mean like collectively, that we've chosen to ignore because because, I mean, there's lots of reasons why. And so when you are, when you're criticizing these different systems, I think that I think the true term of what everything, like democracy in general, I think that it changes meaning through time, like everything else. I mean, I think that there's like the prescribed definition, but I think that how we use it and how we've kind of maybe used it to go around some of these issues for too long. And, you know, there's a racial aspect to that. There's a gender aspect to that.
You know what?
Do I know what?
I need to get done to show you something.
Do you?
Uh-huh.
Do you want to say hi to all the people? Can you wave and say hi? No? You're not going to say hi today? Okay.
Today. That's okay.
Do you want to get down? Is that what you want?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You can get down. Oh, down you go. Okay, well, he's going to do what he does. And there's no nerds in there, little boy. Remember, we ate them all. Do you want to go get some later? We can go get some later. What do you want, little boy? Hey, come here. Come around this, though. Somebody woke up a little early from the nap, I thought. But that's okay. He can sit with me for a little bit. What's wrong? It's okay. Daddy, he's sad that my nerd does not have nerds in it.
Oh, that's disappointing.
That is disappointing when my nerd doesn't have nerds in it.
Especially when you're just waking up from a nap.
Yeah, you just wake up from a nap. That's okay. We'll have some nerds in a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you want to sit in your chair for a little bit? Or do you want to sit on Daddy?
Daddy, you know what?
You
want a new phone?
You can watch on Daddy's phone. It's over by your chair.
Okay.
Do you need Daddy to start it for you? Let's see, your lunch is there too, because Daddy didn't pick anything up.
It is like a box of empty nerds. Politics is like that. I don't even want to talk about politics anymore because I have to think so much.
Okay.
So disappointing.
So is there a difference between not being ideal and can you have a system that's not ideal for a variety of reasons and still is the best option you have? Is that what we're running into?
I think
the systems
so.
we chose are the best we have, but it's not ideal.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, I think like the very annoying adage of hindsight is 2020 is super applicable to a lot of this, right? We don't know what we don't know. And so I think that the biggest frustration for me, who tends to be on, I guess I have some strong justice in me, is knowing how badly it doesn't necessarily work for everybody and not being able to do anything about it. Even on a small scale, it with problems. I'll give you an example. Like I'm on my strata council. So for those of you that don't know what that is, it's kind of like a homeowners association, but for condos in Canada.
Those have good reputations.
They don't. Yeah, I know. It is. Well, I mean, okay. So you take the amount of people that are in your building or your area or whatever, and then you ask everyone to come to a consensus about the way they want to live in certain ways, or how much money they want to pay. So, it's a pretty thankless job to be on boards like that, and not a lot of people want to do it. And I have a lot of experience on boards, so I just kind of put up my hand after some pressure. And like, we had to have a vote recently on a large ticket item, because everyone was going to have to pay a little bit more. And like that, in where the area that I am in, there's a lot of rich retired older people, and they buy in these condos by the water. And I feel incredibly privileged to live where I live, but that also means, though, there are some people that really don't care about money, that'll just throw whatever, and they just want it to look good, and and then there are some people that are on a fixed income and can't. So at the end of the day, they voted to do the thing that would cost the money and one of the more expensive options. And I mean, does that necessarily work for everyone? No. And is it a good system? There's really no way to help people that can't, because owning is a privilege, I guess, that there's no real help when it comes to this monetarily. But how else are you going to have really vital maintenance done to the building but to spend the money? So, like, it's the same kind of thing, like with a government or anything else. It's going to be hard for it to work 100% for everybody. And I think that is something wonderful that we have as human beings. It's just like this drive to improve, and this drive to want it to be better. So I don't think, I think that everyone would criticize it anyway. I think that we, throughout history, actually, do you know of any civilization necessarily that we know enough about that had a fair and just government system? I mean, most of them have been monarchy or monarchy-like, right?
Yeah, I don't think you can point to history and say this civilization did it better.
Yeah.
I don't think we moved backwards. I don't think there's any way you can argue that.
Yeah.
I think you can argue that it's not perfect or that it's not even good. I just don't think you can argue we moved backwards.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
Maybe there's an obscure civilization like that's like native to a spot in the world that had a more pure and better. I just don't know of one. Like none of the major ones, anyways. Like, unless you look at the Romans and you're like, yeah, having somebody murdered every three years is good.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, though.
And even that was socioeconomically decided in a lot of cases, though.
Right. So, yeah. Yeah, and so then my question is then, is it crowd control, or is it actually striving to be fair?
I don't like. Maybe this is an optimism. Maybe this is the optimist in me. I believe that everybody is out to make the world into what they believe would be a better world. I don't believe in people being like super villains, like in the cartoon aspect, where they're like, yeah, I'm evil and I'm going to do this because this makes the world worse. No, I don't think anyone's out there doing that. I think even the people I disagree with the most truly believe they're making the world a better place. I think when you look at it that way, things it softens it a little bit.
Yeah. I agree to an extent.
And I think,
yeah.
To answer Christy's question of is there ever complete fairness? No, you really can't have complete fairness. Even in board games, you don't have complete fairness.
It's true. That's true.
I don't know if I answered your question or not.
Oh, no, that's okay. I mean, I basically, I think to scale, it's hard to not think of it as crowd control. Because if you look at
China,
right?
Can you even do it if you just have a group of 10 people? Can you even do it? Is it even a problem with scale?
Yeah.
I don't even know that's a problem of scale. I think even if you did it with 10 people, you'd have disagreements that would be fundamental.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that is true. I mean, like no two people have the exact same experience, right? So there's always some disagreement or argument about what fairness looks like. And I guess to Chrissy's question, like, can there ever be complete fairness? I suppose you'd have to go and define what fairness actually means in order to really see whether you know, I mean, at least from my perspective.
Did we try that theoretically with communism? And we found that human nature prevents that?
I've never really.
Because isn't that the theory behind communism? Behind communism is everybody gets an equal amount of all things produced.
Yeah, that's how it's taught to us. Yeah.
That's how it's taught to us, but that's not how it worked out, though, is it?
No.
So is that because of a failure in the system?
Right? Yeah. Yeah. So is China still considered communist, or are they now a different system?
I think they're still considered communist.
Even though that's not actually the way that it's...
The less communist. I think it's a spectrum. I think that's a mistake. It's not binary. I think somebody in the chat had said earlier that we're not truly a democracy. We've never been truly a democracy. That's true. We've always been a mix.
Yeah.
I don't think there are any full democracies. And I think one of the founding fathers in the Articles of Confederation, or in the Federalist Papers, it was in the Federalist Papers, they talked about why they picked the representation system the U.S. has at the moment. And they cited the tyranny of the majority, and that they didn't want just the 51% telling the 49% how to live. And that's why they started putting all these systems in here. And you had talked about that in the Homeowners Association about how, yeah, if the people with disposable income are the 51%, the people without disposable income on a fixed budget just kind of get told what to do.
Yeah.
And told that whether or not they can live there. So I think that's why you never see full-on democracy. That's kind of your pitfall of democracy, is you end up with a minority that has no power.
Yeah.
In democracies. So you always have to break it down. And I think in the U.S. they chose to do that because we have a republic. We don't have a democracy, a representative republic, and so I think that's why they do that. They broke it down by state to give people another lever that they get in their representation that you wouldn't have in a full democracy. Now, I don't know if Canada has a similar hedge against tyranny of the majority. I think having multiple parties probably does that, but yeah, I think that's an interesting thing to look at historically.
Yeah, no, I really like that perspective on it because, Canada is considered, I guess, a socialist democracy, and our representation tends right now to be a little more representative of the people than what we see in the States, like population-wise. However, our population is smaller than California all across our country. So that's...
do you think it gets harder the higher your population is to maintain a representative government?
I do, because I think that the higher your population is, the more opinions there are, because everyone has opinions, right?
Everybody has two.
Exactly.
One for each hole.
And everybody has different expectations of their lives. And so it's harder to get consensus, I think, in larger groups. I think that, like you pointed out before, even if you have 10 people, sometimes like fairness isn't, you can't really get equality.
In college, how many times did you have 3 people and you couldn't agree on what to eat for lunch?
Yeah.
It was like Taco Bell or cafeteria, or this bologna sandwich that was under my bed 2 years ago.
Absolutely.
What's on the way? You want me to turn on the light?
Mm-hmm.
I can turn on the light.
Yeah, just reading some of the comments.
Okay, we're back to bad lighting.
So great. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that right now, at least in Canada, it feels a lot more, well, I shouldn't say a lot more because I'm not in the States, but where I'm at, it feels fairly united, with respect to those that have different opinions. I think the big issue that a lot of people don't necessarily realize is going on is we've got a province that's kind of revolting. Well, not revolting. I shouldn't even say that. It's not the province. It's literally just the leader and like 20,000 people. But there's Alberta is having a bit of a separatist dilemma right now. I mean, I don't think it's like they're actually going to leave, but the UCP party is doing the dumb, yes, Chrissy, the loud minority thing. And so, you know, we pulled together. I don't even know what you would say. We realized that when we were going to vote in our prime minister, the majority of us realized that although our politics may not entirely align with their party and may not entirely align with the head of their party, that it was what was best for us in this point in history. And that is a difference when you have more than two political parties to choose from. And in our parliament, we have a majority government or a minority government. So there's layers upon layers upon layers for us. I mean, it's the same as the UK. Which is a great example of how it doesn't work well to represent the population right now. Yeah,
it's crazy over there. Every time I turn on a video of the UK Parliament, there's fistfights. It's wild.
Yeah. And I don't really know, like, it seems like in the UK, people can get rich by being politicians. In Canada, that's a really hard thing to do. We're not 24/7 political scandal all the time, like everywhere else, it seems. But having that more, I guess, measured approach, or maybe more representative approach, makes me feel at least like they're like that I have a say.
Hi, Sarah. Nora.
More people. Thanks for coming.
More people. Yeah.
Hey. So anyway, so that's kind of my one avenue of contemplation that I like to talk about.
Because you had mentioned this when talking about the system in Canada, do you think it is a strength or a weakness to be more united in the belief in how your country should be run? Is that because I've heard that before? I've heard that from a person who lived in Europe. The idea that, well, we're more cohesive. We share more beliefs as to what we should be doing compared to the US. And it's obvious that when you look over to the situation in the US, that it's not. There's no cohesion. There's little cohesion. It's 51-49, one way or the other, depending on what year you pick.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a strength or a weakness?
I mean, I think it's a strength because I feel like that there's not just one opinion here. There are many different opinions and a range of opinions, just like anywhere else. But I think that in general, we getting behind someone like Mark Carney, like I would never in 1,000 years vote Liberal. Liberal is very, it's very center. If you were looking at American politics, it's not really it's very it's conservatively like in money, and then it's a little liberal in social. But we have the NDP, which is really left if we're looking American range, and then the Conservative Party, which is really right. So it's kind of like this weird mid-range, but it tends to be the business people that have socially left-leaning opinions. So it's like a good middle ground. And I mean, but I voted Liberal this last time because splitting the vote and having it's actually, there's a Green Party here, which is different than the Green Party in the UK. It literally is the environmental, incredibly left-leaning, more progressive. And yeah, Chrissy, that's exactly right. Like, Carney can be quite frustrating, but he was the better choice. Like, for this time in history, we needed somebody that we knew was going to pay attention to what our country needed, not how to move around the US or what to do because of what's going on in Europe or whatever, but like just somebody that. So he actually, on his resume, he had worked very heavily in different banking systems, and he's just a very even-keeled kind of person, and not necessarily a big flashy politician. I mean, sometimes people get a little bit frustrated with him as well because he couldn't speak French very well, which is a big part of our culture here, is being able to do both. I suck at other languages, so I tried for a long
Suck at
time.
English, though.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's hard enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I think that like that's a bit of the difference. Like, I hear a lot, and maybe right now, it's emphasized, or it could just be the people that I'm listening to, but it just seems like there's a lot of, this person is not good for me 100%. Like, all of their stuff is not on my list. And so don't go that way. Don't just conform. We've tried that before. Don't do the establishment Democrats and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I just couldn't. I don't, just like normal human beings, like there are going to be issues that I disagree on with you, and sure, that could maybe shape some of what my future looks like, but all in all, like, the policies that they are putting forth and how well that Canadian values and things are being articulated on the international stage, I'm fairly happy with that at this point. So I guess what I'm saying is, and I don't know if this answered your question, but like, I think that it can be, and I hesitate to put an absolute on it. Like, it would always be better to always think everybody together, because I mean, we have the layer of I don't know, social media and news and all that stuff, and you can see certain populations get, I don't know, brainwashed is a heavy term, so I don't necessarily think that much, but almost like brainwashed, like they believe what's being fed to them, right?
Do you think, and this is kind of floats around in my brain once in a while, is there any reason for us to believe that there was anything historically bad happening, or that we're not just more aware and vocal about the bad that is happening?
I think about this a lot.
Because when you look back in history, it's nothing to me. I can't point to anything that's happening now that hasn't happened in recent history.
Yeah, it's just all louder, and we just know about it. Yeah.
So what is social media the reason that you see more vitriol and discontent, or is actually something with that vitriol and discontent at the moment?
I think as the world has gotten more globally connected, and so I mean, social media, it may be the vessel, but I even think before that, I think that I just think that there is more information about the unfairness of what's, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you heard about this story, but there was a story recently that came into my attention that there was this website, and sorry, this is a little bit controversial, I guess, but like there was this website that had a ton of like over 20,000 videos of female partners who had been drugged and who their partners were doing sexual things to them without their consent and then making money on it. And on this website, there were instructions on how to do this, where to get the drugs, do all that kind of just really infuriating, because they did analysis on the amount of hits and the amount of people that were going to the site, and it was, I'm sorry if I'm misquoting this. I will try to bring up this article. Dana Dubois actually did a piece on it, which was really good. Not out. It was outragey, but not like what I would probably write. And I don't know. The thing that just kept coming to my mind is like, this stuff is always happening. Like people are always finding ways to take advantage of other people for their own good, whether that be community or money or something. But yeah, like just it being out there and more obvious makes it harder to ignore the things locally. So like, I don't know, as a psychological like study, I would love to see what globalism does to people's outlook of their actual life issues. Like if the aggression from knowing all of this unfairness, or knowing all of the bad, or knowing even, how other people do things, that you're not doing it that way. Like if that gives people more distress in the unfairness of their own life. Does that make sense?
Well, the psychology is the cause, isn't it? Because once we learn that through the psychology of, because once we had people online, we could track people's behavior really well. It was the first time in history we could really track how people interacted with things. And so we learned real quick that what people like to click on is things that make them feel something.
Yep.
A really powerful emotion is anger and outrage. So all of a sudden, every source of information you has a financial interest in making you upset. And then all of a sudden, everybody's upset all the time. It's very strange, isn't it?
Exactly.
It makes you wonder why people are. It doesn't make you wonder why people are doing it. It's obvious why people are doing it. You go on Facebook. Facebook has a vested financial interest in feeding you things that make you angry.
Yeah.
Substack has the same thing. And it's because if I post something that will make, even if it makes only half my subscribers feel something, it's gonna get wild engagement, and all of a sudden the algorithm's gonna see high engagement and feed it to everybody. So that's why I wonder, if I disconnect, and I haven't watched like a news organization or really done anything but browse the headlines of Google News in 10 years. So I can go outside and I can talk to anyone outside, and they don't really matter. Like they all seem the same to me. But if I talk to people online, you'd think me going outside in a spot that's politically 50-50, that it's full of monsters. It's like I just don't. Is that because of the social media having outrage baked into its
You know what, Daddy?
financial motivations?
Hey, Daddy.
Yeah.
Can you please get me something to drink?
You want a glass of water?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go sit down and Daddy will go get it for you.
Hey.
The person he's talking to is going to need a moment maybe to think about that anyway. So I'm going to turn this off.
Yeah, no, let me think about that, because it's an interesting. So we're so complicated, aren't we? Human beings. Sometimes I actually sit around and think about how it's a miracle to even, and miracle's a weird word. I don't know. Religion is another one of my topics. Anyway. just, I don't know, feels kind of like what would happen if we all just did exactly what you said? Yeah, I mean, I'm just taking a quick peek into the chat. Ilias, is that how you see your name? Sorry if I'm butchering that. Got a lot of great comments about this conversation. Yeah, and like your point of that, Elias. Elias. Oh my gosh. Yeah, thanks for that. Elias. Apologies. And sorry, I laugh even when I shouldn't about things. It's a weird reaction.
You like that cup? Okay, go.
Oh, well, I will call you whatever you want me to call you, Elias or Teddy. And if you do, and it is true, when you're driving, when you put your turn signal on, if you've got a car like kind of near you, they could speed up and then, yep. No, it's true.
What's that, little boy?
So. Can we go to the
Yeah, do you want to give Daddy 10 minutes and Daddy will walk with you to the park? Can you go get your shoes?
And that's a better use of your time, right? Like
when Mama
going to the park.
I saw her something about this thing.
Being with your kids.
What was that?
I said that's a much better use of your time
Then what we're doing?
raging online. Well, not necessarily this, but you know what I mean. Like just like going out into your own world. But yeah, I mean, I agree. I think
I think it's funny, and I think you can look at it historically, and you can see, and I think a good indicator of this is congressional votes on Supreme Court justices over time. When you look at it, about the advent of the internet, widespread internet usage, all of a sudden they went from 99-0, 98-2, 100-0 to 51-49. And it just happened to line up with widespread internet usage. It's really strange. That's without commenting on the candidates themselves. I'm not going to comment on the candidates themselves, but you see it across parties, no matter who's appointed. You see this exact thing.
No, totally.
It's really strange.
Daddy, you know what? So,
yeah.
Where's the store cars?
It is a good place to store your cars. So I don't know if you have any thoughts on that. I have a few minutes where he plays with his toys, and then I'll go walk him to the park.
I mean, gosh, such amazing things like that you've brought up for me to think about, because it's really true. I mean, I think I also get a little bit caught up in those feelings that I continue to put in front of myself, right? So like, unless you consciously step away from it and out of it,
and you're predisposed as a human, your brain is predisposed to not put contradictory opinions in front of you. You don't look at opinions of the other side because they make you uncomfortable. That's a known cognitive bias that's part of the human nature.
Yeah, so confirmation bias. It's great.
You just find yourself only putting, and I have that same thing. Even scrolling headlines I don't agree with, I just dismiss.
Yes.
And you have to actively like force yourself to think critically about them. I think it's an interesting.
Yeah, no, it is. It's actually really funny. I went into a live with somebody, who I follow more on the political side of things, and they had somebody on who did talk about and believe in things that I think aren't it, right? And it was, my first reaction was, oh, I don't want to be here, I should leave. But I forced myself to stay, and even though I was kind of yelling at the screen and being like, what's wrong with you, it was like really important for me to be like, what is the actual lived experience of this other person who has these other opinions? And it was a good practice. I often actually think I never see conservatives on Substack, and so I sometimes go, wait, is this an echo chamber like Blue Sky is, where it is primarily liberal people talking about basically the same thing over and over and over again about how unfair things are and how people are oppressed, which is absolutely true, but is it kind of like that cyclic kind of situation of rape?
What do you think happens? And this is just hypothetically, what do you think happens if I was to come out on that side of the equation publicly?
Like,
and then you have to ask yourself, is would anyone actually do that if they were? Let's say there is a number, because you have to imagine there's 40 million people on Substack.
Yeah,
you're not all one.
Daddy, look at.
Yep.
You got what? You want to show me your Crocs?
Oh my gosh, those are so cool.
The dinosaur Crocs. Are those so cool?
Super cool.
Yeah, when you ask yourself that, well, okay, let's say, I don't want to say anything specific because I'll get clipped and that would be terrible. But let's say I came out on one side or the other of the political spectrum. What happens to my subscriber count in one of those cases?
Well, in your audience base, maybe it will affect, but like, if
maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe my reputation will keep me from losing anyone. I have no idea. I'm asking hypothetically, if there was a conservative on Substack in the fiction genre, what happens if they come out with those beliefs?
Daddy, you know what?
And does
there's an effect. There's an effect of some
Daddy,
sort. I think that it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell though where you fall.
Before we could go to the park, I have a very important thing to tell you.
Do you want to tell the people online what we're going to go do?
We're going to play at the park.
Are we going to go play at the park? And what do you want to do at the park? You want to climb up the monkey bars? Do you not know?
Wait, I'm too scared to go squirming for the monkey bars, but Mama seems to be something going
What else do you want to do at the park? Do you want to go down the big slide? Do you go down the slide on your butt or on your belly?
So this I want to go to the Hobble Park.
You want to go to the okay?
Hey, speaking of which, that's where my mama's at.
Where's Mama?
She's there. She is there.
That's not Mama. That's somebody else. That's somebody that Daddy knows.
Well, Mama is at her house.
No, Mama's at a friend's house. I don't even know if it was a friend's house, but she went somewhere far away.
You get to go to the park though, even though you can't hear me.
Do you want to hear her? She'll talk to you. Maybe she'll tell you something. She's gonna tell you a secret. Okay, you ready? She's gonna tell you a big secret. Okay, what's your secret?
I love the park. I love it.
What's she telling you?
I love the park.
You're gonna go to the park? Is that the secret she told you? She told you you're gonna go to the park?
I can't say.
You can't say the secret. No secrets. We don't keep secrets from Daddy and Mommy.
No way.
I was just telling you.
We will have to continue our discussion later, I suppose.
Absolutely. You go have life.
I'm gonna go spend a couple hours with this guy at the park.
Yes.
And then come back and make dinner. And maybe Mama will be home before bedtime. We'll see if Mama's home before bedtime.
That would be
Although you didn't take a
wonderful.
very long nap.
Giger.
So if Daddy has his way, you'll be in bed early.
Giger.
What are you telling them?
Giger.
Do you want to tell her who you were dressed up as yesterday? Were you dressed up as little Spidey Man?
Uh-huh.
And what do you do when you're dressed up as Spidey Man?
With a spider web.
You shoot your spider web? Okay. Okay.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you everybody for coming. It was a little bit out of my comfort zone because I don't normally talk this stuff. But
Yeah, well, thank you so much for just being open to talking about it. I mean, I could
Well,
talk about a lot of other
Giger.
things.
Giger. Giger.
Like loving the
yeah, we
So-
stay. Like I said, as long as we stay out of the specific, I'm okay with it. But I really want to stay out of the controversy of
Ugh.
thinking anyone knows my opinion.
Oh gosh,
Because
no.
I know my
Absolutely.
opinions are wild.
Yes,
I
no,
think bananas
love
are good when they're
talking
spotted.
the
believe that?
theoretical is great, but I really appreciate all
Maddie,
your questions
and
and your
just let me
time.
go.
So thank you very much,
Maddie.
everybody. Give Stefan a follow
Maddie.
if you're not already following. He's got some
Maddie.
amazing and
Maybe
beautiful
send me
writing.
The other cars.
Sorry, I know that makes you uncomfortable,
The other
probably,
cars for me,
but
please.
it's true.
I
um,
need this one
So
and this
You know, you put those toys on my desk earlier today, and now you're taking them off. Okay, you go on there. You get down, and Daddy will be with you in just a minute.
all right. Well, you guys have a wonderful time at the park, and hopefully we'll talk again soon, Stefan. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and yes, you did make me uncomfortable. It does make me uncomfortable, but everybody does it, and
Yeah.
and I think it would make you uncomfortable too if someone said it.
Very.
Yeah,
Right.
because I think isn't the saying you're always your own harshest critic?
Yeah.
So like I just
It's
published
true.
something on Friday that I think's terrible, but people seem to like it. So I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. There's a part of putting yourself out there in writing that is so brave to me that I don't know how it can be good. So, and I know that's not everyone's opinion, but yeah, I appreciate you, and thank you everyone for coming, and hopefully I will get better at this. So,
Yeah, we'll do it again. Yeah, maybe next Sunday when he's napping again. I'll let you know. But,
fantastic.
all right. Thanks everybody for coming.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.